everything that never was. I'm in from this with all of my regrets and all your secrets of the past. There's nothing wrong with me, there's nothing wrong with you. My God, we are so perfect. Perfect lie, perfect fake, perfect chance to get away. Perfect love, perfect take, my perfect faith in you collapse.
Welcome in, everybody, to the Booty Scoot Racing channel, live here on the TikTok platform. Get ready to go racing here for the I-85 Asphalt Series Season 3, race number 4 of 12. It's getting ready to be a banger here tonight. These guys have already hit the qualifying laps and have the heat races set and ready to go. We're getting ready to go racing here at this beautiful half-mile racetrack. Oh, a little bit over a half mile, about a 0.62 mile length in oval. The legend lives on here in North Wilkesboro as a brand new pavement has been put down, and the I-85 Asphalt Series is moments away from taking their late model stock division there. Ladies and gentlemen, you have found it right here on a Tuesday night. Getting ready to go racing here for the Window World 110. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're brand new, don't get worried, don't get twisted. I'm about to explain everything to you right here. Go grab another beer, light another cigarette. Things are getting ready to get wicked here in the I-85 Asphalt Series late model stock division. This is the Windows World 110. On a beautiful day to go racing here. The track temperature about 77 degrees, 76 degrees outside with a 39% of humidity, 3 miles per hour in the wind. Freddie the flagman's up there waving the checkered flag, indicating to us that the qualifying session has been wrapped up, ladies and gentlemen. We'll go ahead and show you the results here. Danny Willis on the pole here tonight, driving the number 100 late model. And his race team is looking bad sharp here tonight. Danny Willis will earn his first pole here in the I-85 Asphalt Series late model stock division, ladies and gentlemen. If you're brand new, don't know how things work out here, anybody below the 6th place spot, that'll be all the way back to Nicholas Maynard. So Michael Johnson will be the cut line here tonight. Have locked himself already into the main event of tonight's race, ladies and gentlemen. So anybody from Nicholas Maynard on back, you will find right here in tonight's heat race. Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of the heat race, looks like everybody's starting to load in. We're getting ready to go racing here tonight in Wilkesboro. Ladies and gentlemen, we are glad you have chose us here tonight to get your night kicked off here. Leading off the LCQ last chance qualifying race here tonight, driving the 02 singular cellular wireless late model. That's the kid of Nicholas Maynard. Starting on the front row outside of him, that's the Rowe Nicotine Pouch Company 23 late model from Greer, South Carolina. Here, Mom's favorite driver, the boogeyman, John Michael Bryant. Starting in the 3rd place spot here tonight, driving the number 27 late model here tonight, trying to get the sponsor on the side of that thing, the Nurse Aviator 27 late model. That's Adam Peeler. Starting on the outside of him, driving the number 66 Boardwick late model from Union Beach, New Jersey, Neil, the real deal Rutt. Starting in the number 24 Exalta late model from Greenville, South Carolina, that's James Fountain. And driving the 00 late model here tonight from Middletown, New Jersey, that's the 2-time Cash for Cash late last chance qualifier winner, Mike Doyle. Driving the number 8 HendrickCars.com throwback late model, that's Corey Tessner. And starting on the outside of him, driving the number 92 late model, that's a 2-time Maxxis National winner, Lane Woods. And driving the number 29 Boardwick Race Engines late model on the bottom side here, that's going to be Phil Bogdan. Starting on the outside of him, driving the Sony DM3 Media late model from Easley, South Carolina, that's the owner of the DM3 Media, Doug Miller. And rounding out the number 33 Skull late model here tonight, that's the old-timer, Tony Cook. And starting in the final place spot here tonight in heat race last chance qualifying race, the number 35 of Timothy Conrad. Ladies and gentlemen, things are getting ready to get wicked here tonight in Wilkesboro for the Windows World 110. Looks like the lights are off on top of the pace car. And the kid of Nicholas Maynard will lead the front row with John Michael Bryant. The pace car is onto the pit lane. The Nicholas Maynard kid will have it all in the hands of Peter the pace car and Freddie the flagman. Get ready to step on the white flag. Get ready to step on the green flag here. Green flags in the air for the Window World 110 heat race live here in Wilkesboro. Working off the bottom of turns 1 and 2, Nicholas Maynard will slide up to the top side of the racetrack, heading down the back straightaway. We're up and moving here in Wilkesboro. Some great shots around here as they head back through the Echo Park. Restarts on across the front stretch. One guy will collect the outside wall back there. Looks like Mike Doyle on that 00. Lane Woods still stuck on the outside line as Nicholas Maynard reaches the front top side of the racetrack here. Here comes the number 27, Adam Peeler, down on the bottom side. Peeler door to door with Rutt through turns 3 and 4. James Fountain trying to find a way to the front of the back. Here comes Corey Riptide Tessner sailing behind the number 24 late model. We're moving and grooving here in Wilkesboro, and the sun is absolutely going to play a factor here tonight. We'll get you those keys of the race as we continue to pick off the laps here. 13 laps to go in the heat race. Off the exit of turn 4, it's going to be Maynard, Bryant, Rutt, Peeler, Fountain, the top 5 across the line. John Michael Bryant trying to work his way to the back bumper of the 02 of Nicholas Maynard, and here comes Neil Rutt down the back straightaway. Caution flag flies at the exit of turn 3. Caution flag is out here for Adam Peeler, driving the number 27 Nurse Aviator late model. We'll back that ass up here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for the instant replay here at the Window World 110 as Adam Peeler backs that ass straight into the outside safer barrier. And we'll back it up here, maybe like you got a little bit of help from Adam Peeler. From James Fountain, we'll back it up, take a look. Looks like James Fountain maybe clicked to that left rear quarter panel of Adam Peeler. Sent him ass in first to the Window World. Tonight's sponsor on the outside safer barrier. So Window World presenting to you here tonight the I-85 Asphalt Series late model stock division. This should give us the angle we were looking for as Adam Peeler is going to slide right through your living room. Up and out the groove to the outside safer barrier for the Nurse Aviator late model of Adam Peeler. He'll get it up and moving and rolling, so it doesn't look like it's going to end the heat race here for the number 27 of Adam Peeler. We're going to definitely cause some issues. We'll be back in just a moment. Don't go nowhere. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Cleanup continues at the exit of turn 3 after the number 27 of Adam Peeler takes a turnaround shot to the ass end of that late model to the outside safer barrier. We're working the back straightaway here as the jet drivers are out on the racetrack. Thank you for watching the Window Worlds 110, presented to you by the I-85 Asphalt Series late model stock division. The kid of Nicholas Maynard out front here in the heat race. This is the last chance qualifier. Everybody will advance out of tonight's LCQ race. You want to know how we know that? Because we're about to bring you up the keys of the race here. It looks like the lights will head off on top of the base car this time around. Ladies and gentlemen, we will bring you tonight's keys of the race in just a second. Let me pull them up from the bank here. We'll get that posted over here. It looks like we will take another lap around the North Wilkesboro Speedway here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Tons of guys are piled in here tonight looking to make something shake here tonight at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. We'll bring up tonight's keys of the race here. We'll need those for tonight's feature when we get there, ladies and gentlemen. 15-lap heat race here tonight at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. Everybody will advance. Avoid the chaos. Save those Hoosier tires. The new surface here tonight at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. Things are down to get wicked here. And finally, create a new lane. A brand new pavement means brand new opportunity to find your way around this racetrack that maybe somebody else just maybe can't get down. It'll really bring out the skills to the other people. We'll see how things shake out here. Get ready to go back racing here in Wilkesboro. Maynard on the inside, Bryan on the outside, Rutt and Tesner will fill it in the second row. Doyle, Wayne Woods will round out the third row right behind them. It'll be all in the foot of Nicholas Maynard. He can jump on it when he wants to. Green flags back in the air here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway for the Window Worlds 110 LCQ last chance qualifying race here for the I-85 Asphalt Series. John Michael Bryan gets tagged, set up the racetrack, and the caution flag flies. They got a big stack up back here because we got late models kissing and making out through turns 1 and 2. Holy shit, folks. Faster than we can get going green. We're back underneath the caution flag. Neil Rudd involved with the accident, as well as Mike Doyle. All 3 of these Boardwick late model teammates will be involved in the accident. James Fountain looked like he maybe had been able to escape through there, maybe harm-free. He was on the brake quick enough. John Michael Bryant takes a hellacious shot right there. Going into turn 1, send him all the way around. We'll back that ass up here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for the instant replay. And take a look and see what happened. Looks like maybe Neil Rutt got it to the left rear quarter panel of John Michael Bryant. This should be a good one. Neil Rutt definitely gets into the left rear quarter panel. John Michael Bryant, and mayhem ensues back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Mike Doyle up to the outside, safer barrier. John Michael Bryant parks it down here on the bottom side of the racetrack here in the last chance qualifier. Mike Doyle takes one hell of a ride there. We'll back it up one more time, see if we can't get an onboard shot with the 00 driver from Middletown, New Jersey. They got a bad-looking race car. Yellow roll bars with a green and bluish teal. I love it. We'll back it up here. Too bad it's been destroyed here in the last chance qualifier. So the late models just come and they don't stop coming. Isn't that how that song goes? 3 Boardwick late models collected in the accident here tonight in turns 1 and 2. The second one for the LCQ here tonight. Looks like everybody else, though, was able to get their cars refired. It'll be Nicholas Maynard catching the base car here underneath the caution flag. Corey Tessner's able to score out the second place spot over Lane Woods. We'll be back in just a moment. Stick right here. Welcome back here to the Booty Scoot Racing channel, live here from the North Wilkesboro Speedway. A brand new layout here for these late models, tacking on the first time on the brand new pavement. Excuse me. It's been one hell of a race so far for the last chance qualifier. 2 caution flags for 2 hellacious shots. One for Adam Peeler on the outside, safer barrier, and one for a massive pileup right there. We're headed to Slinger 2 weeks from now. Make sure you get you a good screenshot so you don't miss it. Head on over to the YouTube page, ladies and gentlemen, located up in the top right portion of your screen. Welcome back to the Window World 110 last chance qualifying race here for the I-85 Asphalt Series late model stock division. We're underneath the caution flag for the second time. Looks like several of those drivers were able to climb out of those race cars with the help of the AMR safety crew. We are getting ready to go back racing here. It looks like going to be 10 laps to go when the green flag flies in the air. The number 02 of Nicholas Maynard will be in charge of the green flag when we head back to the green flag. Pace car down on the pit lane. Maynard on the inside. Tesler on the outside front row. Woods and Miller will stack up for the right behind them. Ladies and gentlemen, headed through the Echo Park restart zone. Green flag flies back in the air here for the Window World 110. Maynard looking down on the bottom side of the racetrack. Corey Tessner trying to make a hard charge push on the outside. Nicholas Maynard to move up one lane and try to block it. Heading down the back straightaway. We're back racing here in the heat race. Big time loose back there for one of these drivers. That was Adam Peeler having to take up for the number 39 of Doug Miller the third. 9 laps to go here on tonight's Booty Scoot Racing Channel LCQ last chance qualifying heat race. Nicholas Maynard rolling the outside line, and Corey Riptide Tessner has a chance to go to the bottom side of the racetrack here and battle door to door with the singular wire 02. Door to door off turns 3 and 4. The battle off the exit of 4. They have to give it to Nicholas Maynard that time around. Heading back down into turn 1 and 2. Lane Woods trying to make something shake here. Here comes James Miller. He'll get around the number 35 of Timothy Conrad. Timothy Conrad making his debut here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel in his Boardwake late model. He was the only one that didn't get caught up in the accident right there. Tony Cook charging up through the field. But Tony Cook will have to get around Lane Woods right here down into turn 1 and 2. Finally picking up some green flag laps here in the last chance heat race. Ladies and gentlemen, Maynard, Tessner, Woods, Cook, and Miller will round out the top 5 down into turns 3 and 4 here for the Windows World 110 last chance qualifying heat race. Everybody will advance out of tonight's last chance heat race. Corey Tessner will try down on the bottom side one more time, and he'll get the run off the exit of turn 2. But Nicholas Maynard will pull it back down into turns 3 and 4. Nicholas Maynard will leave a lane open for the number 8 of Corey Riptide Tessner. Some respectful racing going on here in tonight's heat race. Down into turns 1 and 2. Nicholas Maynard elected to take the top side of the racetrack. They go 5 laps to go. Corey Tessner pulls up just an inch a little bit more to the left rear quarter panel of Nicholas Maynard. Nicholas Maynard and Corey Tessner will slap down on the bottom side. Tessner out front for just a brief second. Maynard battles back on the outside. Side by side for the heat race. Side by side for 3rd and 4th and 5th. We're going door to door here in Wilkesboro. Underneath the sun, the 39 of Doug Miller trying to make something shake here. Corey Tessner will try down on the bottom side one more time with the race leader, Nicholas Maynard. And Nicholas Maynard's able to get the gas down around the HendrickCars.com number 8 machine. Maynard upstairs, Tessner down low. Woods working down on the back straightaway, trying to make something shake. 3 laps to go here in the LCQ race. Lane Woods looking for a chance to strike here. Tony Cook will take the top side of the racetrack. He sees what's working in front of him for the 02 of Nicholas Maynard. It'll be white flag next time around here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. 2 laps to go off the exit of turn 2. Tessner will have one more shot at the back bumper of Nicholas Maynard. If not, will there be contact made? 02 climbs the board through 3 and 4. White flag is in the air, presented by AFLglobal.com. Maynard will rip the boards through turns 1 and 2. Tessner down low. Side by side off the exit of 2 down the back straightaway. Nicholas Maynard has the advantage, and he'll slam the doors closed through 3 and 4. Tessner, will he get enough off the run of exit turns 3 and 4? He will not. He'll get a little bit loose. Nicholas Maynard wins it. Tony Cook goes around on the back straightaway. The kid of Nicholas Maynard will win the LCQ heat race here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Battling door to door there with Corey Riptide Tessner. Lane Woods will bring home the 3rd place spot. Ladies and gentlemen, things are just now getting started here for the Windows World 110. These drivers will get a 2-minute warm-up session to go grab everything that they need, light another beer, grab another cigarette, adjust these sim rigs. Ladies and gentlemen, you just seen a action-packed event here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. For the late model division, the LCQ results are in the book here. Looks like we are finally able to get those up to you. Here they are. The kid of Nicholas Maynard finally finds his way to victory lane here. He'll hold off a hard-charging Corey Riptide that came up 4 spots through the heat race right there to make a contention. Lane Woods was beating on the back door there, trying to pick up tonight's heat race win. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you guys tuning in here tonight to the Window World 110 live here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. Things are getting absolutely wicked here tonight. We'll bring up the final point standing here from 2 weeks ago when we finally pulled away, excuse me, I had to clear my throat, from the Southern National Speedway just right down the road here in North Carolina. It was Neil Rutt III on top of the point standing leaderboard with 0 wins in the book. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been one hell of a year so far for Braden Staley, already on probation here in the I-85 Asphalt Series late model stock division. So Braden Staley's going to have to pick and choose wisely here tonight on the battles that he wants to play. He's currently sitting well in the point standing spot. Seen an excellent heat race right there for Nicholas Maynard, and you see he was below the cut line right there on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Below the playoff, top 8 drivers will advance to the playoffs after the Thompson Speedway. So getting ready to go racing here tonight in the Window World 110. 15 seconds remain here tonight. We're getting ready to have the driver introduction portion parts of the night's event. And these guys are dialing in these late models. Look at Freddie the Flagman. He'll throw us a bird, tell us get the fuck out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, getting ready to go racing here in Wilkesboro. Ladies and gentlemen, you were looking for it. You found it right here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Getting ready to go racing here in North Wilkesboro. The legend will live on here tonight via the I-85 Asphalt Series late model stock division. Ladies and gentlemen, looks like we're going to have 17 late models battling it out here tonight for a chance to write their name into the history books of first time or multiple time winners in the I-85 Asphalt Series late model stock division. These guys are piling in. We'll go ahead and kick off tonight's starting lineups on the bowl here tonight. Driving the number 100 ACR Racing late model, that's Danny Willis. On the front row with him, driving the Ocean Lakes number 5 late model from Greer, South Carolina, that'll be Chase Johnson. Starting in the second row, driving the Braden Staley Motorsports number 9 late model, that's Braden Staley. And driving the 01 Underwood Racing late model, that's Grayson Underwood. Starting in the third row here tonight, driving the Boardwick number 99 late model, that's the New Bern driver, Dakota Pignataro. And driving the number 92 ACR Racing late model, that's the 2-time Maxxis National winner, Lane Woods. And driving the number 66 late model from Union Beach, New Jersey, that's the real deal, Neil Rutt III. And starting right behind him is the DM3 Media late model driver from Easley, South Carolina, trying to easily make his way up to the front, Doug Miller. Driving the number 8 Hendrick Cars.com late model, almost had the heat race win right there over Nicholas Maynard. He'll fall short here. That's going to be Corey Tessner. Driving the number 24 late model from Greenville, South Carolina. That's the Exalta late model of James Fountain. Starting behind him, driving the number 35 late model. That's the Weekend Woodsman Boardlick 35 machine of Timothy Conrad. Driving the number 27 Nurse Aviator late model, spun around there in the heat race, that's Adam Peeler. And driving the number 33 Skull Bandit late model, that's the veteran of Tony Cook. Mike Doyle will round out the 00 late model here tonight from Middletown, New Jersey. And driving the number 23 late model here tonight from Greer, South Carolina, that's your mom's favorite driver, the boogeyman, John Michael Bryant. Bill Bogdan will round out the number 29 Boardwick Race Engine late model here tonight in the 17th place spot, and it looks like Nicholas Maynard, the heat race winner, not able to get out onto the racetrack. So Danny Willis is going to be in charge here tonight at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. We'll take one more lap around this beautiful racetrack. Getting ready to go racing here for the Window World 110. The lights will get off on top of the base car. This time around, here are tonight's keys of the race. You want to go to victory lane, you're going to have to follow these rules almost precisely. We've already wrapped up our heat race here tonight. Nicholas Maynard was the heat race winner. Avoid the chaos. Save those Hoosier tires. And a brand new racing surface here tonight in the North Wilkesboro Speedway. How will these late models manage it out? Finally, create a new lane, brand new asphalt, brand new racing line, brand new opportunities. Ladies and gentlemen, Danny Willis on the pole here tonight for the Window World 110. He'll bring it to the Geico restart zone this time around. And the green flag should fly in the air. We're racing back in Wilkesboro. The legend lives on here in the I-85 Asphalt Series. Flag is in the air here for the Window World 110 here, the I-85 Asphalt Series late model stock division. A little bit of door banging going on already between the number 99 Boardwick Race Engines late model of Dakota Pignataro, Corey Tester. And our first pissing match of the night is on lap number 3 here tonight at the Wilkesboro Speedway. The legend lives on, and it is all thanks to NASCAR and Steve Smith, or whatever the hell, Marcus Smith, whatever the hell his name is, over at SMI for putting the money into this racetrack and reviving it, bringing it back to life here on the iRacing platform. Danny Willis has the race lead over the Season 1 and Season 2. That's a two-time I-85 Asphalt Series late model stock division, late model division champion, I shall say, the Ocean Lakes driver of Chase Johnson. He's working his way up to the second place spot, but he's got a hard-charging two-time race winner already this season. Braden Staley right there behind him. And this number 9 machine, Grayson Underwood, looking underneath. Braden Staley off the exit of turn 2, and Underwood Racing's brought a bad fast late model here tonight. Corey Tesner looks like he'll settle the beef here early in his pissing match that he had going on, and he'll settle right behind the number 40 of Michael Johnson, James Fountain, and then Lane Woods fall in line. Dakota Pignataro falling backwards here as he's being ran down by the number 66 of Neil Rutt. And Doug Miller looks like Michael Johnson gets a little bit tight right there, but everybody's looking single file here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. And it is a lovely sight to see. Finally, we keep that caution flag out of the air. Pick off some green flag. Wow, there's a door bang right there between the two Boardwick teammates of Neil Rutt III and Dakota Pignataro. So Dakota Pignataro getting shipped around by his team owner, Neil Rutt III here at Wilkesboro off the exit of turn 4. Neil Rutt III has brought 4-5 late. Wow, he's big loose through the corner. What a save from the Union Beach driver. Don't want to jinx him and spin him around here. We've seen that several times, but Neil Rutt III, driver owner here tonight of the Boardwick late model, the MND Enterprise race team. He is fielding 5 late models out here tonight, and all of his drivers, 3 of them at least, were involved in an accident in tonight's heat race. We're up and moving here. 10 laps are complete this time around. In tonight's main event here, the North Wilkesboro Speedway, the Windows World 110. Danny Willis leads them down into turn 1. Braden Staley is going backwards here on the North Wilkesboro Speedway at the I-85 Asphalt Series late model stock division. Braden Staley, 2 wins underneath his belt. He's back 2 spots on where he started. Braden Staley talked to him in the garage. He said to go back-to-back with 2 wins here in the late model stock division meant tons to him. We'll see how he works here tonight. He's looking to 3-peat here tonight at Wilkesboro. Michael Johnson, Braden Staley trade a little bit of door banging, slap a little paint to one another here. That purple and yellow late model on the top side of the racetrack. Marbles are really starting to form up there. You've seen it through the little camera angle that we had down there. It's set up in turn 1 and 2. We've seen the 0-2 of Nicholas Maynard able to get down there. Up there, arc that race car in that top line, and it brought home the heat race win. How many of these guys are willing to work together to move up to that top side of the racetrack and begin to knock some of those marbles closer to the fence? Right now, Tony Cook is working his way up through the field. He's got Adam Peeler right behind him. Tony Cook, the veteran here in the late model stock division. Been sim racing since it's been a thing, longer than you've been alive. Tony Cook definitely knows how to get around these racetracks on the iRacing service. Danny Willis is checked out to about a 2, 3, 4, 5 car length lead right now over Grayson Underwood. Showtime Chase Johnson and the Season 2 champions looking to make something shake as Grayson Underwood slaps the outside fence into one. Looks like Grayson Underwood has heard us up here in the booth. He's moved up to the top side of the racetrack. He may be tuned in here in the chat, listening to tonight's broadcast. Look at these beautiful race cars working off the exit of turns 3 and 4. Lane Woods will make the pass over Braden Staley. Without a run, Neil Rush split right out of room. And Doug Miller had to compensate here, hop up out of the gas. Doug Miller working the outside right rear quarter panel of Neil Rudd. He'll jump up out of the gas, slip back down low, try to make the pass over Neil Rudd. Chase Johnson better keep going right now. Michael Johnson beating all over the back bumper. No relation between these two Johnson boys. Michael Johnson, if you are brand new here to the I-85 Asphalt Series late model stock division, brand new here to the Booty Scoot Racing channel, Michael Johnson has one win in the late model division, and it was right here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway on the old pavement. Talked to Michael Johnson before we took the green flag here tonight in North Wilkesboro, and he told me he didn't know how he was going to be able to transform what he used to know how to be able to do on the old surface here to the brand new surface. A lot more speed, a lot more grip, a lot more drivers, a lot of more laps to go. Danny Willis leads him down into turn 1 and 2. Oh, stack up down the back straightaway here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Tons of guys are involved. Braden Staley, Doug Miller involved, and the caution flag flies here on the back straightaway 20 laps into tonight's event. We will back that ass up here on the instant replay cam and take a look and see what the ever-living hell just happened here. Mike Doyle is involved in this 00 BK property maintenance allied board weight late model, the 00, the 29, the 33. Looks like he might have been able to skate through it. He was on the brake hard there. Several guys had to get, oh shit, we'll take that back. Tony Cook up and over almost right there. We'll back it up here, take a look and see what happened. Looks like maybe started up here with the number 9 of Braden Staley. Braden Staley slams the door down on Neil Rutt there. They'll both move up the racetrack. Braden Staley gets shipped around. Doug Miller gets pawed up in it. Tony Cook. And the caution flags flies back here on the back straightaway. Tons of guys pile in while everybody else is trying to slap down on the brake. The caution flag has risen here. The crowd will roar. We got about 6, 4, 7 late models involved in tonight's accident. We'll be back in just a moment. The caution flag is flown. Danny Willis will have to check up for the pace car here. So we got one still spun around, but Mike Doyle will stay on the lead lap. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in just a moment. Don't go nowhere. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Caution flag here for the first time tonight in tonight's feature. 20 laps into the schedule. 110 here for the late model stock division. And we will have 2 overtimes in the bank if we need them, ladies and gentlemen. Big pile up there on the back straightaway involving about 6, 7 race cars. It looks like everybody was able to either climb out of their cars unscathed and or unhurt, or they have patched up some Barabon on the front of their late model and brought it back out here to go racing. Everybody down on the bottom side of the racetrack on that cool concrete, trying to get the temperature down in those late models. 22 laps, going to be 23 this time. Completed here in the Window World 100. We've already been racing here for quite a while here tonight. If you're just now tuning into the broadcast, ladies and gentlemen, 15-lap heat race, last chance qualifying race. Everybody advanced out of it here to make sure we had a stacked field here tonight at Wilkesboro. Nicholas Maynard was the winner here. Not sure what happened. We're trying to get a pit reporter down there in the garage area and get a word for the 02 as he was not able to get out here to kick off tonight's feature. Danny Willis will have the race lead here as the pit car is pulled down onto the pace lane. Green flag's back in the air here as both of these drivers fire off to the Echo Park restart zone. We're back racing here in Wilkesboro. Big damage right there to the number 9 of Braden Staley, and this number 9 late model will pull the slide job off right there in front of the number 39 of Doug Miller III. The number 35 of Timothy Conrad works the outside. We're 3 wide here in North Wilkesboro. Lane Woods trying to make something shake. Timothy Conrad will jump up out of the gas there, make a business decision to let Braden Staley go by. Braden Staley must look like Timothy Conrad heard the statement around the garage. Braden Staley, one of the most aggressive drivers in a part of the I-85 Asphalt Series late model stock division. He'll make a business decision here tonight, driving a race car that he doesn't own. He's driving for Neil Wright in the MND Enterprise race team. The 100 machine of Danny Willis has his teammate of Grayson Underwood all over the back bumper here as they head down into turn 1. Ladies and gentlemen, the ACR Racing crew has been absolutely dominating here tonight at Wilkesboro. 27 laps are complete. They're picking off quickly here, working up the exit of turns 3 and 4. James Bowman trying to get back to the right rear quarter panel, of Corey Riptide. Tesner riding on board with the number 35 of Timothy Conrad as he works the outside of Neil Rutt III. Just can't get the gas down quite like he wanted to, heading down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Timothy Conrad looks like he may have a problem. He'll shoot it up to the top side of the racetrack. Here comes Adam Peeler up the middle. Contact's made, and Adam Peeler, hard shot to the inside, safer barrier. Caution flag is out for the 27 of Adam Peeler, and the front clip is gone on that number 27. Nurse Aviator late model. We will back that ass up, and the nurse will have to come out here and check the number 27 of Adam Peeler. We'll back it up here at the Windows World 110. Feature race here tonight at the late model stock division, and a hard shot to the inside safer barrier. So hard racing. We were riding on board with the number 35 of Timothy Conrad. Not sure what happened. We're in suits with place 3 wide through 3 and 4 in Wilkesboro. Never goes right. John Michael Bryant moves up the racetrack. 27 runs out of room of Adam Peeler. He'll take a hard shot to the inside safer barrier. We'll back it up one more time, see if we can't ride on board with Adam Peeler. He's 3 wide at Wilkesboro, hard to the inside safer barrier. If you're claustrophobic, this might not be for you. Hard shot to the inside safer barrier for the number 27 Nurse Aviator late model of Adam Peeler. He'll work his way back around to the turn 1 and 2 entrance. Looks like Peter the pace car is out on the racetrack. Danny Willis will come across the line. Looks like we're going to have 80 laps to go when we return to racing. Danny Willis stays behind Peter the pace car. Another caution flag here tonight in Wilkesboro. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, live here for the Window World 110 for the main event here tonight for the I-85 Asphalt Series Late Model Stock Division, race number 4 of 12 here tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, the battle at the points line is just getting intensified as we speak throughout the year. Ladies and gentlemen, we're underneath the caution flag after a hellacious shot to the inside safer barrier for a couple of these I-85 Asphalt Series drivers. The DJ is absolutely cranking it up here tonight in Wilkesboro. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Peeler with a huge shot to the inside safer barrier. He'll pull to the back half of the field here, and he's just trying to stay out on the racetrack and collect as many points as possible. Making his Booty Scoot Racing channel debut here tonight. This was not the race that Adam Peeler was looking for here tonight, with Nurse Aviator coming on board, the Twitch sponsor. Make sure you head on over to Nurse Aviator, the Twitch channel, to check out all the onboard cam of Adam Peeler. Tony Cook back out on the racetrack here in action. The veteran, the old timer, Tony Cook, been doing this a long time. He's got some splitter damage. He'll stay out on the racetrack trying to get as many points in the bank as possible. Looks like the pace car will pull onto the pit lane this time around. The ACR Racing Daniel Firm 100 late model, of Danny Willis will work down to the bottom side of the racetrack here. Getting ready to go back through the Echo Park restart zone. Green flag is back in the air here in the Windows World 110. Does the 01 of Grayson Underwood have anything for the 100 of his teammate Danny Willis? Not through turns 1 and 2. He'll slap the outside wall. Big contacts made. Michael Johnson goes around. Caution flag fly. Holy shit! Phil Bogdan. Holy shit, folks. Red flag is in the air here. A massive shot here on the back straightaway into the outside safer barrier for Michael Johnson. But even a bigger concern for Phil Bogdan in this number 29 late model. Holy cow, what a shot there. Passenger side door. Michael Johnson, excuse me, folks. I have to gather myself up here in the booth. That is not funny. That is a serious incident down there off the exit of turns 2 down the back straightaway. We'll take a look here. Michael Johnson in the outside safer barrier gets slammed by James Fountain. And here comes Phil Bogdan. Nowhere to go. Hard into the inside sand barrier. Holy cow. Phil Bogdan tore up here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. Neil Rudd is involved, as well as look like going to be Adam Peeler able to escape through that one and avoid more damage. We'll back it up one more time here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. See if we can't ride along with Phil Bogdan as he takes an insane shot to the inside sand barriers. Ladies and gentlemen, prayers up for Phil Bogdan. Take a look. There's only one word to describe Phil Bogdan's race car right now. That is cook. The red flag is out here on the racetrack here. Danny Willis will bring the field to a stop behind Peter the pace car's AMR safety crew comes out on the racetrack to attend to the number 29 board weight late model of Phil Bogdan. Neil Rutt's able to get through the carnage. John Michael Bryant involved in the accident. Not too much damage. He's absolutely beat in on the right side of the race car. We'll be back in just a moment. We'll beat it to a commercial break. Stick around. Smoke everywhere. Red flags in the air. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for the I-85 Asphalt Series Late Model Stock Division. We are underneath the caution flag there for a huge pileup on the back straightaway Phil Bogdan has climbed out of that race car and is headed to the infield care center to be evaluated after a hard shot to the inside pit road entrance sand barriers. We'll have to get the racetrack workers off the racetrack as they were down there repairing the sand barriers, as we cannot go racing without having that here. Brand new racetrack here at the Wilkesboro Speedway. Brand new format, brand new layout, I shall say. They have taken out about 30 feet of the previous pit road wall. So on the old 1980 surface that they have on the iRacing platform, you used to be able to get down really, really low for a long period of time. You see how the pit road wall reaches all the way through 3 and 4 here. Green flag is back in the air here at the Windows World 110. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Danny Willis doesn't have that wall to guide him through turns 1 and 2, so you can really get down there and try to make something work. Unlike the old 1987 Asphalt, you had to run the middle up to the bottom side of the racetrack due to the atrocious bumps here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway when they brought it back from the dead. Dale Jr. and his buddies went actually down to North Wilkesboro Speedway where there was trees growing on the front stretch, vines on the catch fence, the lights didn't even work, buildings falling apart, the stadium absolutely in shambles, and they will get it all fixed up nice and neat for iRacing, the platform you're watching right now, the video game, to come out there, scan the North Wilkesboro Speedway, and put it into the game for him and his buddies to be able to race around at Wilkesboro. Fast forward to 2022, 2023, Marcus Smith, the owner of SMI, buys the North Wilkesboro Speedway using money funded from the government in North Carolina. The Governor Roy Cooper will write a fat paycheck to revive North Wilkesboro Speedway. They'll name the project The Legend Lives On. You'll see that in a big fat sign through the exit of turn 3 and 4 right here. Ladies and gentlemen, nobody knew how big the racing market was around this area here in North Wilkesboro, and then they packed out the stadium when they had the first race there for NASCAR in the Next Gen Cup Series for the All-Star race. They have held the All-Star race there for the previous 2 to 3 years. Finally, North Wilkesboro will get a repaved race 2 years ago. I have fortunately been able to go to both of those races and see this brand new pavement in action, close up and personal. Ladies and gentlemen, Grayson Underwood trying to work through the back bumper of Danny Willis. North Wilkesboro has to be one of the hottest tickets on the market, especially here in the I-85 Asphalt Series. And you're looking at it right now. 15-lap heat race here tonight to kick off the last chance qualifying event. Nicholas Maynard picked up the victory over Corey Tesner. This DM339 late model of going to be Doug Miller III has been absolutely beaten and battered. You see the caved in left front here. The left door. Him and John Michael Bryant and Mike Doyle battle it out back here, but nobody able to pick up another inch to one another. Finally picking off some green flag laps here on the Woody Scoot Racing channel. They work the exit of turn 3 and 4 here. Look at Eddie's beautiful shot here. The legend lives on at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. Green flag is in the air here for the Windows World 110. Live here in the late model stock division. Reminding you folks, headed to Slinger 2 weeks from now. On Tuesday night, the modifieds for the I-85 Asphalt Series will stay in town, and they will race the North Wilkesboro Speedway in 2 weeks underneath the lights. Originally, all contacts made between John Michael Bryant and Doug Miller as the caution flag fly. Caution flag in the air here for Doug Miller III from Easley, South Carolina. The DM3 Media late model will go around here. Looks like maybe off the front bumper of the boogeyman, John Michael Bryant. He was working his way back up to turns 3 and 4. We'll back it up here for the instant replay. John Michael Bryant, and it looks like maybe Doug Miller made contact there into the entrance of turns 1 and 2. We'll back that ass up, take a better look and see what happened. Working off the exit of turns 3 and 4, Doug Miller, see him slicing down the racetrack right there. He'll get into the right front of John Michael Bryant. John Michael Bryant has nowhere to go but just to send Doug Miller backwards for a ride. We'll back it up one more time, see if we can't ride out the front bumper of John Michael Bryant, the boogeyman, and take a look and see what happened from his driver's seat. So definitely some contact made right there. Doug Miller goes around on the front straightaway here. No damage to Doug Miller from the two South Carolina drivers, though. We'll bang it up here. Doug Miller, looks like maybe the clutch is stuck inside of that race car. He's trying to get it to go forward there. Yeah, maybe. Maybe some clutch issues going on for Doug Miller here after some contact there. Maybe the engine spun backwards, and now he might be down a cylinder. John Michael Bryant, though, being looked around for a EOL penalty here to go to the back of the pack for causing the incident. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in just a moment. Don't go nowhere. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Would you believe it? Almost at the halfway point here in the Window World 110 live here from the Wilkesboro Speedway. Busy pit road down here on a brand new rebuilt pit road, I shall say. Tons of guys are having to stay hydrated out there. A hot day to go racing here in the middle of the summer, ladies and gentlemen. 15 cars packed out here tonight for the I-85 Asphalt Series Late Model Stock Division. Danny Willis and his ACR late model has led almost every lap up to this point. Ladies and gentlemen, right behind him, his teammate Grayson Underwood trying to make something shake right behind him. Not trying to put the bumper to the back of Danny Willis, but Showtime Chase Johnson, the two-time I-85 Asphalt Series Late Model Stock Division champion, working his way up through the field right now, trying to make something shake here tonight. And Lane Woods, the two-time Access National winner and 2024 Orange County champion, trying to make his way up here to the front. And his number 92 ACR late model. Ladies and gentlemen, his teammates have some bad fast race cars. Can he get the adjustments made to his? Ladies and gentlemen, looks like we will be double file, getting ready to go racing back this time around on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. And when we go back racing here, folks, looks like we'll kick it down onto the racetrack for tonight's first Madness race. I-85 first, Fast and Loud. Oh, contact's made here through turns 1 and 2. Back that ass up. Whoa, big contact. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars involved. Caution flag flies here. He's getting ready to kick it underneath the Fast and Loud here in the HendrickCars.com late model of Corey Riptide Tesner and Braden Staley are backwards here at the bottom of turns 1 and 2. Several guys trying to get on the brake there. Mike Doyle into the back of somebody. Looks like Chase Johnson. Maybe he got a little bit of help right there from Braden Staley. We'll back it up, try to get a better angle here into turns 1. Please take a look. Braden Staley takes a high arc there into turns 1 and 2. Maybe looks like he might come down across the nose of Corey Tesner. That's exactly what just happened right there through the corner, and everybody gets tagged. Corey Tesner goes around for a ride as well. Backwards here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll back that ass up one more time. See if we can't ride along with Corey Tesner. Take a look and see what happened. So Neil Rutt looked like he maybe got a little bit of part involved in that accident as well, just trying to get around it. Looks like no damage to his late model though. Cautions breed cautions here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. 54 laps are complete. We are at the halfway point, and Danny Willis has led majority of them here tonight. Grayson Underwood will look to try to make a charge here, but the heat cycle keeps re-going through these tires each and every time that we have to refire them off. Chase Johnson in the third place spot, followed by Lane Woods, and then the boogeyman, John Michael Bryant, back in just a moment. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel underneath their caution flag for it looks like going to be the 5th time here tonight in the feature. 56 laps into tonight's main event for the Window World 110. It has been one hell of a performance here tonight from Danny Willis and his ACR Racing late model crew. They have brought a bad, fast race car to the racetrack here tonight. And so has his teammate of Lane Woods, and looks like going to be 0-1 of Grayson Underwood right behind him. They're starting to make their way up to the front of the pack as well, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like we'll get the one to go racing this time around, and the lights will jump off on top of the base car. We'll get ready to go back racing here momentarily, ladies and gentlemen. If you're loving what you're seeing, make sure you head on over to the Booty Scoot Racing channel, located right up in the top right portion of your screen for all of the great races that we've had previously in the past. Brand new thumbnails and playlists are put there for each and every single one of you fans to make it easy to go find every single past season and past race. Ladies and gentlemen, it'll be all in the hands of looks like going to be Danny Willis through the Echo Park restart zone whenever he decides to fire it back off. Back racing here at the Wilkesboro Speedway for the Window World 110. Been a good race so far up to this point in the I-85 Asphalt Series coming to North Carolina after going to Southern National 2 weeks ago. Braden Staley down on the bottom side. He'll go around and the caution flag flies. Caution flag is out here for Braden Staley in the number 9 late model. We'll back that ass up here, take a look and see what the ever living hell just happened here. Doug Miller trying to make his way up to the front. He's up in the top 5 now. Corey Tester wasn't even nowhere near Braden Staley, I don't believe, this time. So we'll back it up here, take a look and see what happened. The number 9 veteran renovation late model works down on the bottom side. Same thing, looks like maybe he come down in front of the number 40. He'll get turned around head on into the inside, safe for a barrier. The number 9 of Braden Staley. That's 2 wrecks for him here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll back that ass up one more time for an instant replay with Braden Staley and take a look and see exactly maybe what happened with the contact down there into turns 3 and 4 with Michael Johnson and that number 40 machine. We'll take a look. Braden Staley leaves the bottom lane open. Michael Johnson definitely came up just a lane and a half or two and got into the back left rear of Braden Staley, but Braden Staley not able to hold on to the race car. Spins around here off the exit of turns 3 and 4. But he's back up and rolling here in just a moment. We'll be back racing. Grayson Underwood has finally gotten around Danny Willis out of the race lead. 60 laps into tonight's event. We'll be back in just a moment. Don't go nowhere.
Nothing but a nuisance, a nuisance. We're gonna change your mind. Look inside yourself and find hate, find fear. Your life is over here. You want to fade from time, reaching out from the air.
Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel underneath the caution flag here, the Window World 110. If you are just now joining into tonight's event, here are the Heat 1 race results. Saw Nicholas Maynard go to victory lane here tonight for the last chance qualifying race with Corey Tester right there behind him. That's all we've had wrapped up here tonight. For the results so far, Corey Tester trying to work his way up through the field in this number 8 late model for injuredcars.com, but keeps getting beaten and banged around there, ladies and gentlemen. We're underneath the caution flag for the 6th time here tonight, and we're only 61 laps into tonight's event, so we got about 49 laps to go here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. Can these guys keep it clean here in tonight's closing laps? Braden Staley will go around there, calls the caution flag, and his number 9 late model, ladies and gentlemen, he's been warned by the I-85 Asphalt Series to keep the race car straight and to cause no more cautions. 62 laps to go on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We will take at least one more lap around this beautiful racetrack before we head back green here. Look at about the ass end of Doug Miller in this number 39 DM3 Media late model. He has one slick, bad, fast late model here tonight. Just keeps getting beaten, banged, and rattled and rolled. reminder, folks, you're watching the I-85 Asphalt Series late model stock division. The legend lives on here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway for the Window World 110. Looks like we'll double file and the lights will go off on top of the base car and around of the Speedway. The pit car will pull onto the pit lane. We should be ready to go back racing here. Adam Peeler deserves to be talked about here tonight. Talk about effort, talk about momentum, talk about trying to get every point possible. Adam Peeler, this number 27 late model with an Earth Aviator Twitch late model, I shall say, trying to score every point possible, giving plenty of air to the radiator. We can say that, so don't have to worry about him overheating here tonight. Pace car is onto the pit lane. Danny Willis on the outside. Grayson Underwood finally in charge of a restart here late. Green flag is back in the air as they work their way to the Echo Park restart zone. Racing here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway, the boogeyman door to door with the real deal. Neil Rutt, John Michael Ryan trying to work on the inside. The 66 of Neil Rutt trying to make something shake here for the boogeyman. We'll just roll right through 3 and 4. This Gorilla Mine has kicked up an extra notch of energy. But pun intended there for the Gorilla Mine energy drink. John Michael Ryan will let the door shut on the 23 machine to the 66. Here comes the number 24 late model, James Fallon. He'll work on the outside, and then Jeff Gordon, number 24. Chase Johnson trying to make his way up here in that all blue and yellow Ocean Lakes number 5 late model here. 2 cars in front of John Michael Bryant. Chase Johnson battling door to door here with Stephen Crouch. These 2 guys have been absolutely going at it. Stephen Crouch, a.k.a. Lane Woods, Chase Johnson, not giving each other an inch out here tonight. 30, 40 laps to go. 2 laps from now. Who's going to do what, when, where, and why on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel? 3 wide at Wilkesboro. John Michael Bryan will take Doug Miller way up the racetrack through turn 1 and 2. Things are starting to get wicked here tonight in Wilkesboro in the Window World 110. Reminding you to head on over to windowsworld.com. Go grab your special custom-made window today. Grabbing all your needs. Go grab those special solutions that they sell to get those nasty fingerprints off your windows from stinky ass kids. Neil Rutt the third trying to make something shake around John Michael Bryant, but just can't make something shake. Doug Miller will jump in front of Neil Rutt the third. The real deal, Neil Rutt the third gets around McCoy Tester and Doug Miller hard on the inside. Safer barrier. Caution flag fly. Caution flag flies here for the number 39 of Doug Miller. That'll be his second one of the night, as well as Corey Tesner. Corey Tesner collected in another one hard on the inside, safer barrier. He'll be sandwiched out of line from the number 39. We've seen Doug Miller get loose out of turn 4 earlier tonight and take out, looks like, I believe it was the boogeyman of John Michael Bryant. Possibly we'll throw up the instant replay here and take a look and see what happened to the Easley, South Carolina driver. Both drivers take hard shots to the inside, safer barrier. We'll back it up one more time here. We'll ride aboard with Corey Riptide Tesner and take a look and see what he's seeing out the right front of his number 800cars.com late model. As Doug Miller looked like maybe he came down on the front nose. So just 2 unfortunate shots to the inside safer barrier for 2 of these late model drivers here on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel. Corey Tesner involved as well as Doug Miller. It looks like that might do it for Corey Riptide Tesner. He's trying to maybe collect his thoughts down there on what the hell just took place. Doug Miller up and rolling again though. Corey Tesner trying to collect his thoughts. Back in just a moment. Don't go nowhere.
Predictions to get away.
lights are still on. That's the caution lights, I'll say, here in the Windows World 110 all around the Speedway here in North Wilkesboro County, North Carolina for the I-85 Asphalt Series Late Model Stock Division. 17 cars piled out here tonight to kick off the Windows World 110 live here in North Wilkesboro. And we're slowly winding down the car count. Several guys involved in tons of accidents here tonight, maybe some of them out of their own doing. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been one hell of a show, though, here tonight. We are glad you chose us here on your Tuesday to kick it with us. Looks like we'll get the one to go racing next time around here in the Windows World 110. Several storylines developing up here through the garage area right now as things currently hand out right now. Grayson Underwood is the race leader, and he has never won an I-85 Asphalt Series Late Model Stock Division race before, and neither has the guy behind him, his teammate Danny Willis, and his number 100 ACR Racing late model. So we'll see how these two teammates decide to handle each other here on the restart. Lane Woods has worked his way up to the front of the pack here in this Benny's ACR Racing number 92 machine. On the outside of them will be Chase Johnson, the two-time I-85 Asphalt Series Late Model Stock Division champion. So we'll see how he elects to race Lane Woods here. These two guys have been having a piston match all night long. James Fountain, John Michael Bryan around out in the third row. Getting ready to go back racing here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Live here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway through the Echo Park restarts on green flag. It's back in the air here for the Windows World 100. Green flag is back in the air here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. And if you've never been out here in the North Wilkesboro in real life, it is a trip in the middle of absolute fucking nowhere. This racetrack has been placed in one of the most unworthiest geological locations known to man. But the bitches in North Wilkesboro County are absolutely dime pieces. 10 out of 10 would have saved from John Michael Bryant. That was a 10 out of 10 save. John Michael Bryant, seen him out in the fan zone. He sold out of that number 23 Gorilla 9 jersey, 23 sports jersey in hat combo. If you were here early, the first 30 fans in line got a signed autographed diecast of the number 23 Gorilla 9 late model of John Michael Bryant, working through turns 1 and 2 here. Lane Woods on the outside of Chase Johnson. Danny Willis trying to get back to the race lead over Grayson Underwood. 78 laps complete off the exit of turns 3 and 4. Everybody holding on quite well. Heading across the front stretch, back down into turns 1 and 2. Grayson Underwood is under attack, no pun intended. Danny Willis will get the inside quarter panel. Can he get the slide job through 3 and 4 over his teammate of Grayson Underwood? Will have no choice but to sit in if he don't. Lane Woods will grab the position over Chase Johnson. 30 laps to go here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. God says, come how you like. The I-85 Asphalt Series says, come as you please. How are these guys want to manage here the final 30 laps, closing it up and up and up and up the point standing point? Oh, we got a big save right there for the number 8 of Corey Riptide Tessner. Corey Riptide Tessner wheeling and dealing here tonight. He's just been beaten and battered around like a home run baseball, and fans trying to catch it. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes Chase Johnson back down on the bottom side of Lane Woods. These two guys have not been separated all night long. A pissing match. Chase Johnson will give it to Lane Woods. Shoot him up the racetrack there. Lane Woods holds on to it though. And we'll stay green here in the North Wilkesboro Speed. Lane Woods is absolutely screaming over the radio right now. What the ever-living hell is that guy's problem? We had a piston match back on lap 36. It's lap 83. What the hell is his problem? Chase Johnson says, be raced how you want to be raced. Race me how you want to be raced. And Chase Johnson feels like he was wrong there in the opening laps from Lane Woods in this number 92 ACR late model. Right now, though, we are picking up some clean green flag racing laps here. And everybody's starting to work their way up through the field. If you didn't save some Hoosier tire, it's going to start showing right about now. Mike Doyle involved in the accident earlier from Middletown, New Jersey, but he has put together, a performance right here. He's starting to climb his way back up the standing board. He's 10th on line. James Fountain will get around Chase Johnson here to CJR. Chase Johnson racing teammates battle it out here in the late model division. James Fountain, the Whitley Modified Season 1 champion, just recently got his I-85 Asphalt Series championship championship shirt. Posted it in the Discord. Looks hella nice. Have to say here, the I-85 Asphalt Series rewarding these drivers for their efforts all season long for the championship contender. Danny Willis, the race leader. Underwood second. Fallon Johnson right round out the top 5. 25 laps to go here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Neil Rutt III has been a topic to talk about. Ladies and gentlemen, turned around several times here tonight. The splitter has absolutely moved up on this number 66 four-wing late model. And Braden Staley goes down the bottom side of the racetrack. With him and Corey Tesner absolutely going at it. Corey Tesner not happy with the number 9 of Braden Staley. Braden Staley down on the bottom. Tesner up top. Corey Tesner came into tonight's event 12th in points. And another shot back there. These two guys continue to go at it on the back straightaway. Braden Staley working down on the bottom side of the racetrack here. Not sure what the hell is going on with the number 9 late model. He is down on the bottom side of the racetrack after contact with Corey Tesner. And the left front looks destroyed. We are still underneath the green flag though. Adam Peeler trying to work around Braden Staley now. This is a pissing match down back here for last. Danny Willis is gone by about 7-8 car lengths over Grayson Underwood now with James Fountain. And it looks like Neil Rutt III will get around the boogeyman of John Michael Bryant. Lane Woods contact with Chase Johnson trying to work his way back up through the field. Corey Tesner gets into it right there with Braden Staley. Him and the number 35, and Timothy Conrad battle it out back here for the 11th place spot. Timothy Conrad trying to get a top 10 here tonight in his Boardwing late model, making his Booty Scoot Racing channel debut here tonight. Just trying to keep it home and bring it home in one piece for the driver owner, for the team owner of MND Enterprise of Neil Rutt III, Timothy Conrad, doing just that here tonight in Wilkesboro. Braden Staley still battling some handling conditions here after contact with Corey Riptide Tesner. 19 laps to go here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Willis, the race leader, through 3 and 4. He's checked out over Chase Johnson, Grayson Underwood, and James Fountain. This battle for this pack right here is John Michael Bryant. Tried everything he knows in his notebook to run down this front half pack. Doug Miller's been beat up here tonight at the North Wilkesboro Speedway in his 39 DM3 Media late model. Has damage all over it here and lost a little bit of touch here. Got into a couple of drivers, had to serve an EOL to go to the end of the line for cause an incident. John Michael Bryant, don't get fooled. The car looks nice on the left side, but as he comes off the exit of turn 4 here, battered and beaten on the right side. John Michael Bryant has spent at least $12,000 and damage here tonight with this torn up race car that he has so far. But right now though, it's number 5 in the sitting position tally score. So John Michael Bryant in a position for a top 5 here. Maybe have a little bit of an aerodynamic advantage with a smashed in right rear side of his late model. So it'll be Willis, Fountain, Johnson off the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4 here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway, trying to make something shake here tonight. Laps are slowly picking off here tonight at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. The race leader has caught up to Braden Staley. Danny Willis trying to put Braden Staley a lap down here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. And Braden Staley will move on out of the way and let the race leader, of Danny Willis right on by. So Braden Staley battling some trouble here early after contact with Corey Riptide Tesner. He'll pull around and let the race leader on by and settle down into turns 3 and 4. What kind of responsibilities do these drivers have? Getting around the lap traffic is about to be one of those things. Neil Rutt III, John Michael Bryant. It looks like Lane Woods, 3-way battle back here for the 5th place spot. Lane Woods has to rip the top side of the boards. John Michael Bryant just trying to hold on and plead and hold. And Braden Staley stopped down here at the entrance of the pit road. Braden Staley is stopped down here at the entry of Pert Road and the caution flag is flown. We will back that ass up here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for a instant replay here with the driver of the number 9 of Braden Staley. He is parked out here at the entrance of turn 3 at the pit road entrance. Ladies and gentlemen, if you were here earlier, the pit road entrance Head got taken out by Phil Bogdan. He took a hard shot there. We will remove one of those barriers and have it rebuilt. Braden Staley appeared to be fine through 3 and 4 here, trying to let the second place driver, James Fountain, around. Braden Staley pulls down the bottom side of the racetrack and just ports it down here to the entrance of turn 1. And then now when the drivers come around, the caution flag flies. He puts it in reverse, gets it re-fired up and going down on the pit road. So the I-85 Asphalt admin deems it too unsafe to go racing here for Braden Staley. Part there at the entrance of turn 1. We'll be back in just a moment here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Stick around and don't go nowhere. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Less than 10 laps to go when we take the green flag here in the Window World 110 live here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. It has been one hell of a show here tonight, and it's really been dominated by these ACR Racing late models of Danny Willis and his partner of looks like going to be Grayson Underwood as well as Lane Woods. These have been the guys that have been the topic of tonight's event. Grayson Underwood down on the pit road here having some electrical issues. Inside of that late model, he'll surrender the second place spot. So that'll leave Danny Willis as the race leader with James Fountain moving up to the second place spot here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. James Fountain went around earlier, and he has climbed back up through the field right now. James Fountain, the Season 1 Wheeling Modified Champion for the I-85 Asphalt Series. Can he drive a late model to victory lane here tonight in Wilkesboro? Danny Willis never won a Booty Scoot Racing channel event, never won here in the I-85 Asphalt Series. He's in perfect spot here to do it tonight. Going to be 7 laps to go when we take the green flag here in Wilkesboro. Chase Johnson in third place. John Michael in the second row right behind him, the boogeyman, needing a great performance here tonight. Neil Rutten to third, been tossed, turned, and abused here tonight. How will he repay the favor? The pace car is down on the pit lane. Green flag is back in the air. We're back racing here in the Window World 110. Nice and even through turns 1 and 2. 7 laps to go down the back straightaway. Contacts made into turns 3 and 4, and the caution flag flies. 1, 2, 3 cars involved here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Maybe it looked like 2 of these borderweight late models of Mike Doyle. And looks like going to be Neil Rutt the third. We were 3 wide down into turns 3. 3's all over the racetrack. Heading to turn 3. 3 cars involved. We'll throw up the instant replay here for a instant shot. What the fuck just took place here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway? Heading off the exit of turn 2, Lane Woods gives Chase Johnson a shove in the ass end. John Michael Bryant tries to defend himself. Chase Johnson shoves him down all the way down the bottom side. And Mike Doyle and Neil Rutt and the rest of these boys have another piston match back here somewhere. We'll back it up here, get a better look and see what the fuck just took place. And maybe this looked like it took on the outside of Neil Rutt the third. He was in the outside groove here. Maybe Corey Riptide Tesler probably got a piece of him. Not sure. Don't want to put blame on anybody. We'll throw up the blimp cam and break it down here. John Michael Bryant, Chase Johnson, Lane Woods battling 3 wide in front of them. Corey Tesner. Mike Doyle chases it up the racetrack to Corey Tesner. It looks like maybe he collects the ass end of Neil Rutt the third. And a pile up here through the exit of entrance of turn 3. Several cars are involved. Doug Miller gets through it. Mike Doyle involved. Michael Johnson involved. Neil Rutt involved. We'll back it up one more time. Watch this one at full speed pace as they head down into turns 3. So caution flag is out here. We have a 3-4 car pile up into turn 3 with 6 laps to go here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Not sure if we'll go to the overtime, but it's going to be damn close. Danny Willis trying to hold on to his first late model stock win here in Wilkesboro for the I-85 Asphalt Series and climb up the points ranking. This ACR Racing late model has had some speed all night long. James Fountain, though, hungry for his first Season 3 victory, as well as Chase Johnson looking for his second victory on the Season 3, and the Season 2 champion is fighting hard here in the third place spot. But him and Lane Woods keep having a pissing match here late with 5 laps to go. We'll be back in just a moment. Stick it right here. See if we can keep it out of the overtime. Don't go nowhere. Bam! Here from the admin. Here's the Windows World 110 live at the Wilkesboro Speedway for the I-85 Asphalt Series late model stock division. We are getting ready to retake the green flag here to try to stay out of the overtime. We'll take one more lap around this beautiful North Wilkesboro Speedway, and we will have a 2-lap shootout. Well, really 3-lap shootout for all the marbles here tonight at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. Anybody really has a chance with the way that these folks have been racing here tonight. If you are brand new here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel and you have never watched an I-85 Asphalt Series late model stock division race before, it's going to be a 2-lap shootout, not an overtime attempt here tonight at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. So that will leave us 2 more shots in the bank at it if we need it. The lights are off on top of the base car. He'll pull down onto the pit lane this time around. Danny Willis looking for his first Booty Scoot Racing channel I-85 Asphalt Series win here tonight. James Fountain trying to snag his Season 3 first win of the year. James Fountain will have to hold off Chase Johnson. His Chase Johnson Racing teammate right behind him. Green flags getting ready to fly back in the air here for Danny Willis as we get ready to boogity, 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 head back racing for a 3-lap shootout in the Windows World 110. Side by side through the turn 1 and 2. Back off the exit, down the back straightaway. Danny Willis has about a half a car length lead over James Fountain and Chase Johnson, diving down into turns 3. Through the Echo Park restart zone. White flag will be in the air this time around on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for Danny Willis. Chase Johnson and the rest of these boys head down into turns 3 and 4. We 1 and 2. White flag is in the air here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. James Fountain have one more chance. Chase Johnson, Lane Wood will make door. Heading up the exit of turns 3, checker flag is in the air for Danny Willis. He'll win his first late model stock division race here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Contact made after the checker flag there between Lane Woods, Chase Johnson. Tippers flaring here between Corey Tessner and John Michael Bryant, but it's going to be Danny Willis winning his first late model stock division race here in Season 3. ACR Racing brought some fast late models here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Danny Willis made the best of them here tonight through the Echo Park restart zone. He'll come across the front stretch. See if he can't get a burnout from the race winner of Danny Willis. Danny Willis trying to migrate around all the traffic here on the front stretch. Everybody working their way back to the garage area. Danny Willis will celebrate here at the front stretch of the North Wilkesboro Speedway. Climb out of this race car and grab the checker flag. His first win here on the Windows World 100 at the Wilkesboro Speedway. We'll be back in just a moment with all the post-race show and the driver interview. Stick it right here. Don't go nowhere. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, live at the Window World 110 and in the garage area here for the post-race show, where things have got absolutely crazy down here. Tensions have flared. Several people driving up on other people's haulers and snatching up pit crews and all of that great goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, Danny Willis is pulled down here onto the pit lane into his garage hauler, and I believe we have a pit reporter down there, and maybe we can't get a word with the race's leader. Y'all got a copy? Go ahead.
Down here in Victory Lane at the North Wilkesboro Speedway for the Window World 100, excuse me. We are with the race winner of Danny Willis. Danny, walk us through your night here tonight at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. You'll grab your first pole ever for the I-85 Asphalt Series Late Model Stock Division, and you'll grab your first win as well to go home as with it. So just kind of walk us through how your team kind of brought your late model to life here tonight at North Wilkesboro. Scheduled to be underneath the light, but it didn't look like we'd get that here tonight.
Yeah, we started off pole, and we led a good amount of laps, and Grayson Underwood passed us there, and we finally got him back, and he started falling off, and we pulled away. And then 2 cautions at the end started getting me a little nervous. I didn't know what was going to happen there, but we got it done.
Danny Willis will be in Victory Lane here celebrating with his parents. He'll grab a lunch box, a juice box, and an Uncrustable. And he'll go to Victory Lane here tonight in North Wilkesboro. We'll scoot down here to the second place driver, runner-up. Driver the number 24, DuPont, late model here tonight. James, kind of walk us through your night. Got spun around there early on in the feature, about 80 laps to go. You were able to rebound and come back pretty well. Started 10th on the grid. You'll finish in a P2. to kind of walk us through it.
Yeah, just kind of a roller coaster kind of night. Don't even remember practice or qualifying or the heat race or nothing. Just kind of drove through it. Felt like we had a mediocre car. Somehow ended up near the front. That second to last caution, I would have had something there for Danny. I felt like I had a really good restart and would have maybe been able to do something, but some tomfoolery happened out back, and that last restart I just kind of dicked it. So, but P2, can't be mad about that. We'll be back in a couple weeks to try to do it again.
That's the P2 finish for driver the number 24, James Stoughton. He'll grab another top 5 here in the late model stock division. We'll scoot down here to the P3 spot on the podium. Driver the number 5, Ocean Lakes late model. That's Chase Johnson. Chase kind of had a pistol match out there tonight, beating and banging, but you're able to bring home the P3 spot. A lot of caution flags there in the late half after going on about a 22 lap green flag run to begin tonight's event. Just kind of walk us through what you've seen from the driver's seat.
I've seen a lot of beating and banging from here. I don't understand most of it, but it is what it is, I guess, for this series. Fast car overall. Just wish we could have saved a little bit more tire. Thanks for putting it on. I'm gonna go over here and talk to Steven, see his side of it, see his point of view, and maybe we can hash it out and move on. But overall, good race, fast car. Thanks for putting it on. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
That's the driver, the number 5 Ocean Lake late model, Chase Johnson. Will grab a podium spot here tonight. We'll scoot down here to the 4th place finisher, driver, the number 92. Same goes to you as well, Stephen Crouch. Crouch, kind of walk us through your night here tonight at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. Was up front for majority of tonight's event after starting in the P9 spot. A little bit of beating and banging and shoving with Chase Johnson. Just kind of walk us through what you've seen from your spot in the driver's seat.
Man, I tell you, we came from the heat race because we suck at this place, but we drove up through the field. I gotta give thanks to, thank Danny Willis for ACR Racing getting the win for tonight. But you know, I said sorry for dooring somebody, and then he doors me back, and then he wrecks me, and then we came up with a P4 finish, and then yeah, that's it. I gotta thank all my sponsors for helping me here, and
that'll be the P4 finisher here tonight of the number 92 of Stephen Kraft. The crowd will roar here, the North Wilkesboro Speedway's Tempers Flare here in the garage area. We'll scoot down here to the number 23 Gorilla Mine Energy Drink late model of John Michael Bryant. John, you got to walk us through your night here tonight. Started P17 on the grid, almost dead last after getting wrecked in the heat race. Kind of talk about what you've seen coming throughout the field here tonight, caution after caution after caution, but it'll benefit you well. You'll snag a P5 here tonight.
Yeah, you know, we just, you know, gotten some nonsense in the heat race and, you know, just drove through and dealt with the chaos. That's all you can call it. But, you know, as a boogeyman, I do love some good chaos. You know, we get going, getting up through there, and, you know, we got beat and banged, got a giant dent in the door, and, you know, just said, fuck it, kept driving it. You know, we get there at the end and get shot 3 wide, and, you know, thought it was going to screw us up, but we was able to manage it, and, you know, we doored that Tesner boy on the last lap. I don't know if he, you know, just expects me to lay over and let him have it or what. I'm, you know, shit, I came from the back. I'm getting that top 5, you know, hell or high water. I don't care what he says. I'm going to go over there and throw that damn water bottle at him and see what he's got to say.
And that's the driver of the number 23 Gorilla Mind Energy Drink late model of John Michael Bryant. He says I have to do what it has to do to take the P5 spot here tonight, and he'll do just that. We'll shoot down here to the number 8 driver of Corey Tesner, the guy that was involved in that contact with the boogeyman. Corey, kind of walk us through your race here tonight, and a little pushing and shoving around with Braden Staley led to him being taken off the racetrack. Just kind of walk us through what happened here as you got pushed and shoved around a lot throughout the field.
Yeah, once again, we just shit the bed in qualifying, so I had to start there in the back. Did pretty good in the heat race. Got beat to hell all the way through the A main. Managed to get back up front, but just got one word for that boy Boogie, and that's noted.
Noted. We'll go into the notebook for Corey Riptide Tesner. He'll remember what happened here tonight at North Wilkesboro. We'll scoot down here to the
Ladies and gentlemen, looks like maybe I've just lost my connection with the dang pit reporter. That is okay. We'll try in just a second to get that back for you folks. Here we go through a little technical difficulty with the pit reporter. We'll be back in just a second. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for the conclusion of the Window World 110 live here in the Wilkesboro Speedway, where we have just wrapped up tonight's main event feature here. It looks like Danny Willis will go to victory lane here. He'll have the title written up on his name. We'll throw up the final results here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Appreciate every single one of you guys tuning in here tonight, making it what it has been. Danny Willis will grab the P1 spot here tonight and grab his first win. James Fountain will go home in the second place spot here tonight with a runner-up position after going around 8+ positions for him here tonight. Chase Johnson will round out the third place spot here tonight in the number 5. He did not have the race that he was looking for. A pissing match back there with the 4th place driver of Lane Woods, the 2-time Maxxis National winner. We'll bring home the 4th place spot here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, and it looks like John Michael Bryant from Greer, South Carolina will make an incredible move over Corey Tesner there at the end and cause a little bit of tensions to flare up. John will take the top 5 spot here tonight, as well as plus 12 position. John Michael Bryant will take home the hard-charging award here tonight. Corey Ripside Tesner door banging there all night long with pretty much everybody, but he's able to sacrifice himself for a P6 spot here tonight. Timothy Conrad will bring home the 7th place spot here tonight in the number 35 late model Ladies and gentlemen, Timothy Conrad made his debut here tonight and brings home the top 7. Adam Peeler peeled his way with no front end clip on that race car. The radiator fully exposed, and that's why exactly you stay out there on the racetrack. Every point matters for Adam Peeler. He'll take on the 8th place spot. Neil Rudd involved in the accident there late in the number 66 M&D Motorsports. Driver owner from Union Beach, New Jersey didn't have the race that he was looking for. He'll bring home the 9th place spot. Doug Miller will bring home the 10th place top spot here tonight from Easley, South Carolina. But it easily wasn't easy to bring home the top 10 for him. He got beat and banged around all night long. Mike Doyle grabbed the 11th place spot here tonight in his M&D Motorsports 00 late model, as well as Michael Johnson. The two Mikes will finish 11th and 12th here tonight. Grayson Underwood will round out the 13th place spot here tonight in the 03 machine, as well as Tony Cook in the number 33. He'll finish 76 laps down after being involved in the accident. Phil Bogdan, red flagged here tonight in the race after hitting the inside sand barrier at the entrance of the pit road. He will be evaluated and released from the infield care center. He will be okay. Dakota Pigantaro will round out the 16th place spot here tonight with Braden Staley being removed off track, finishing 17th place spot here tonight, 13 laps down. Ladies and gentlemen, wasn't sure what happened to the kid of Nicholas Maynard after he won the heat race here tonight for the late model stock division for the last chance qualifier, his first ever in the I-85 Asphalt Series from Wilford, South Carolina. And looks like I'm being told from the pit reporter down there that they do have Nicholas Maynard right now, and he's ready to give an interview. See what he has to say. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm down here in pit row with the driver of the number 02 Singular Cellular Wireless late model. Nick, kind of walk us through your night here tonight, still creeping around here in the garage area trying to work on this late model. What went wrong after the heat race? Yeah, we had a hell of a heat race there tonight. Glad to get in victory lane. Finally, our first ever win in anything I-85 asphalt related. So finally glad to knock that off the bucket list here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. Just not sure what happened there coming across the line. It kind of sputtered on me. I think we maybe had did something on the valve or something. Maybe it spun a rod. I'm not sure, but these guys are putting in a ton of work down here. We're able to get out there for the feature, but we'll take the check home for the heat race, and we'll take the bonus points. Not sure how many more of these we're ever going to be able to get out here for the rest of the season. Hopefully clean some things up, especially with the shenanigans I've seen out there tonight. We'll take our $10,000 in damage instead of our $100,000, and we'll head back to Wilson. That'll be the 02 here down in the garage area working on this 02 late model.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, you just heard from the kid of Nicholas Maynard. He was pretty fired up there. Didn't get a chance to get back out on the racetrack after the heat race, after he picked up the win, his first one here in the I-85 Asphalt Series. You heard that from the pit reporter, and Nicholas Maynard had to leave here tonight in the final place spot. We were just doing that over there, our final results. I was wondering why the Team Penske Development late model couldn't find its way out there in the feature. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like that'll do it here for the post-race show. And the final results here from the North Wilkesboro Speedway, Nicholas Maynard brings home the final place spot in the final driver interview for tonight. Danny Willis finds his way to victory lane here tonight at the Window World 110. His first ever in the I-85 Asphalt Series late model stock division. It was well earned here from Danny Willis. He'll have to keep trying and trying and trying if he wants another chance at adding trophies to his wall here on the I-85 Asphalt Series. He'll definitely climb up the ranking here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, while I do have your attention here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel, we'll bring up the final remaining schedule here for the late model stock division. 2 weeks from now, we head to Slinger for 115 laps around a teeny tiny racetrack. If you saw some beating and banging here tonight, you're definitely going to see it 2 weeks from now. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube page located in the top right portion of your screen, so you don't miss a damn thing. All the playlists in previous season and races are posted there. Thank you for watching the Window Worlds 110. We'll see you Saturday night for the Madness Racing League Xfinity Series live from the Charlotte Roval 2025 style. We'll see you then.
Away from nothingness, million miles from emptiness, and leave it all behind you. Forget the decay and the endlessness of all of our mistakes. Forget all the blame and the apathy, and throw it all away. Forget the pain, forget the hate. thing, they steal your fate every day, but you can't believe it. Take yourself far away.